Okay, here we go. Social media 101. Let's talk about it. So thanks for joining, guys. My whole goal is just to really be candid and real and talk about the things that for me in my business and growing real estate in the last 5 to 6 years, social media has just been a thing that has really grown my business. I didn't know that it would grow my business. I wasn't even on social media personally. If you guys follow me, you've seen me different places, you probably think, oh, she doesn't mind posting about herself, but actually it was never my comfort level. I'm not a big selfie person. I don't really want to share what I'm doing all the time. So it took me a little bit to embrace it, but I feel so passionate about it because it helped me grow my business. And it's a free medium. And it's funny the caliber of people that I'm talking to that are either on here, I'm recording this for today, that I've been talking to. You guys aren't all new. Some of you are new to real estate and some of you have been doing it for a long time. You're just not using social media. Social media is a free medium. Of course, we do paid advertising too, and that's a strategy that I'll talk about in a different one, but it's been a way for me. I had to get comfortable, and you got to get comfortable too, but I'm going to share these things that I've done over time that have really helped me grow. So why me? Why am I even talking about this? I feel fortunate that I really actually didn't know. I didn't know that I was doing a lot of business. I just put my head down. We have a team now, there's 8 of us. And it's just funny because even last year I sold 42 million personally. The team sold 68 and a half. I'm not a big, let's set our goals person. I'm just like a fly by the seat of my pants. Let's literally help as many people as we can. And we looked up at the end of the year and we're like, holy cow. And it wasn't until, thank you, Chad Jeske interviewed me for this. And I didn't know until he interviewed me for this magazine. I thought everyone was doing this much volume. So I just feel fortunate. And I feel fortunate that I found a medium that I was able to hit the ground running and grow my business. And that's some of these tips and tricks that I want to help you guys do. I'm 46 now. I turned 40 years old. I had a major career change. I was a wedding photographer, completely burnt out. I've been doing that for 15 years, but I didn't feel like I could make a change because, I had 2 kids and I'm like, well, that's my career. How can I make a change? But I was so burnt out. So when I flipped over to real estate, I didn't have another option. I had to make it work. Or we're selling our house and right? Legit. So I had to make it work. And almost by accident, I just started doing social media. So my very good girlfriend of over a decade, Marie, who is probably on here too, she built one of her bridal businesses on social media. And she always told me in photography, you should do the same. And I was like, no. I don't want to show up. I don't want to show my face. Right. But then I transferred that when in real estate, I had to do something different. So I embraced it. And I didn't even know in the beginning because I really used Facebook. We'll talk about the different mediums, but even if I got 5 likes, all of a sudden I'd be different places and people would be like, oh, I saw your video. Oh, so every once in a while too, guys, it might not feel like you have a lot of people watching, but people do see it. And anyways, okay, so that's my 2 cents about me and why I'm talking about this. Okay, so I was at a different brokerage before at Keller Williams. And one of the things, Gary Keller, brilliant, one of his books is The One Thing. And if you guys haven't read it or just read the synopsis of it, basically it's a great read, but the idea of it is the one thing in your life, the one thing in business that you can do every day and show up and be committed that can literally change your world. And that for me has kind of been 2 things, but the major one is social media. And so that's why I'm talking about it. I know with training, when I started training in the beginning with Keller, one of the things that they told us, you do this bold training and they're like, you need to go and talk to 100 people today and ask if they want to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. And I was like, oh my God, if someone did that to me, I would never use them. That to me is so inauthentic and I don't like that. So for me, yes, that can work for people. There's different ways that it can work for people. But for me, I'm like, damn, I better figure out something where I can get in contact with people authentically and how I want to do it if I'm not willing to pick up the phone every day and call 20 people, or 100 people per week. So that's what this has become for me. So I will just say up front, it's really hard. Doing this training, and I'm not even going to look at how many of you are on here. The last one, oh my gosh, 86 people showed up. And I was like, I didn't know until after. So this makes me uncomfortable. I'm not comfortable yet doing this. And you're probably, some of you aren't comfortable showing your face, doing video, doing the things on social media, but I'll just say, get uncomfortable, do it. That is how you grow. Jenny Bruce, I don't know if you're on here, but she's one of my expansion partners now with EXP, but we work out together, and we were talking the other day, and basically she's just like, if it feels uncomfortable, I'm going with it. Like, that is the mentality I kind of have right now to grow too. And that might be something that you guys want to embrace if you're not comfortable with social media and you truly want to grow your business. Okay. You gotta get over it though. That's my point. You gotta get over yourself. You gotta get over it. You gotta get over not looking perfect. I show up today, I did my hair and I showered for y'all. But there are times where I just got done with yoga and I'm like, I'm just showing up at a house and I'm doing content and I'm just doing it. And that's what's real. You got to figure out how you want to do it, but you got to show up. And you get more and more comfortable with it. Okay. So, all right. So first, know your audience. So there's obviously a lot of different platforms that you can use. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. What are you guys all doing? The TikToking? There's a ton of different mediums, okay? If you try to own everything, you're going to get like super overwhelmed, right? Like I will get super overwhelmed. I pick my things and I aim to do them well. And I would just say, think about what your demographic are. How old are you? Where are your people? Okay. So I'm 46. I built my business on Facebook. That's where I was comfortable. That's the medium I knew. And that's where where I built my business. Right. But at the same time, then Taya came along and she joined my team and we started partnering, and she was 26, I think at the time, and used Instagram. And Instagram is a younger medium, but it's now my favorite. But my point of this is know where your audience is. Austin on the team the other day is so flippin' funny because I was talking about LinkedIn, which I'll talk about all these mediums a little bit more in a sec, but he's like, what's LinkedIn? He's being all goofy and stuff. He's younger, but like for me, my audience, professionals that I'm trying to reach, LinkedIn is a great tool for me. So my biggest point is know where your people are at. Pick a medium that is smart for you, that you enjoy showing up on. I mean, this can't be such a chore every day. You will start to like it. I've started to like it. It used to be more of a chore, but pick a medium where your people are, where you're at. So like for me, okay, so let's talk about these. So Facebook, I don't know, like who's on there, 30 to 50 plus. But that's a medium that I need to make sure I have to show up every day. For me, I like doing Instagram better. The nice thing, guys, about Instagram is you can check a box and it can automatically show up on Facebook. Okay. So kind of a double whammy, but at the same time, you have to be careful, because if you have people that are looking back and forth at both, you don't want to do the same content every time, right? But I do it sometimes, and it's easy if you do Instagram to LinkedIn. I think you can do it the other way too. You can do LinkedIn to you can do Facebook now to Instagram as well. So you can do both. So I'm just really saying LinkedIn is a platform for me that, I post different things on these platforms. LinkedIn for me is obviously it's a little bit more business, but actually for me, I post the team and my face a lot more on LinkedIn. Strategically, that's what I've done, because everyone's posting business stuff. So I'm like, how can I stand out a little bit? I'm not posting me and my kid necessarily, right? Or me and my dog or anything like that maybe is going on stories on Instagram. I'm being a little bit more strategic about it, but anyways, it's just a different audience. I'll talk about Twitter real quick. Twitter is I just have never understood Twitter. I don't want to understand Twitter. I can only do so much. So for me, I ignore that, but I encourage you to think about what your demographic is and who you're trying to reach, and pick one or two and go after it, and make sure it's different content. Okay. So showing up. We talk about this on my team a lot. You got to show up and you got to be consistent. What do they think about us in real estate? They literally wonder all the time, are you still a realtor? Are you still in business? Because people come and go in real estate, right? You got to show up. For us, we show up every day and multiple times a day. Now, I will say you got to be careful, right? Like, we've all followed somebody who's either been super annoying and we don't follow them anymore, or has shown up way too many times and we're like, I'm unfollowing you, that's super annoying. So I'd say you gotta show up and be consistent, but find a way and a rhythm that is authentic and not annoying, right? So when should you show up? So I've been doing this for a while now. I've hired people to help and now I've dialed it in and now I'm doing almost all of it. But it was big metrics back then. Like, okay, well, when is okay, it's Friday at 10 o'clock or all the, whatever. We used to focus a lot on that. And I'm sure somebody could really talk my ear off. And I'm sure there's a lot of metrics behind that. I don't worry about that. I post when I'm watching. So when I go on in the morning, sometimes around, noon, and then maybe later at night, 3 posts a day can be a little much. So I watch that a little bit, but bottom line, I'm just saying, don't overthink stuff too much. Just post. Should you post at 2 a.m. in the morning? Maybe not. But I mean, there's times where I'm up late and I post late because I'm like, I'll probably be on their feed first thing in the morning. But remember too, with all of this, the next thing I'm talking about is content. You want to be authentic in your content and you want to add value, right? Like, if you're just posting stuff and people don't really care, that's how you're going to get an unfollow. So my whole thing in the beginning is I didn't really even want to be in front of people. I'm like, why would people even want to listen to me? Why, right? So I had to find a way to add value. And there's a training I did in Keller in the beginning. It was Josh Pomerleau. And the one thing I took away, and this is what I'd say, take away one thing today and implement it, or a couple, right? But the one thing I took away and what I loved is he was all about adding value. It wasn't about him. He wasn't saying, I sold 1 million homes, I sold this, that, and the other thing. He was all about adding value. And how he did it is they did pie giveaways and things like that. I don't want to do that, whatever. But how can I add value? What content? And so that's what I'm always asking myself. There's a post that I just got together. I mean, I've posted this 1 million times because it's still the same, agreeable gray. What color do we paint our homes, right? Like, to me, that's adding value, because a lot of times too, like when you're meeting with somebody and you're in their home, right? And then you got red walls and all the colored walls and you don't want to offend them, but you're like, I want to sell you quick and for the most amount of money. And the majority of buyers aren't really relating to green and red right now, but it's their favorite color combination, right? You don't want to totally, make them mad. You want them to like you, but that's why a lot of times I'll do videos. I'll already have videos and contents on this. So it's just regular content. And, sometimes I'll share with them, but a lot of times they're seeing it. So back to my point of what you're posting, we're always trying to think about how we're adding value. What topics add value? I keep on my phone in the notes. So in this notes, I have an ongoing, different topics too for video, and I'll get to video in a sec too, but different things that I'm thinking. I mean, if you're a busy realtor, you're at inspections, you're at closings, you're, meeting with people for the first time, you're there for the photography appointment, staging appointment, there's so many different things and little learning lessons within that you could authentically, give and deliver content for people. So I just really encourage you guys to find a way yourself. It doesn't have to be like me or what everyone else is doing or what anyone else is doing, but find a way that for you, that you feel like you're adding value to people. So, people watch you, so they show up. So, okay. So I will say about this, and I'm going to pull up my Instagram in a sec. Are you guys all on and listening? Hi, Austin. Okay, I'm not going to look at a lot of you because if a lot of you are on here, it kind of freaks me out. Okay, so we're talking about content and what we're posting. And I had to learn this. And I had to learn this from you younger people, Taya, and you younger people who are really comfortable posting about yourself and your life. I never was really comfortable doing that, but here's the thing. It's those posts and your life, for us, and we talk about it all the time, that is what people want to see. So in real estate, guys, you're the brand, you're the person, they're hiring you, they want to like and trust you. So this is a free medium for you to be you and show up. So personal posts, it took me a while, but I'm going to show you now So if you, oh, I hate it, it has a glare. But if you can kind of see now on here, there's one, there's two, you can see how I show up. Almost in every line, I show up. And here was so interesting. This just happened the other day. This is the biggest post I've had of likes. And of course, I tell my kids, I have boys that are 18 and 16, and they're like, Mom, you got 50 likes. And like, they get way more, but they could like do this way better than me, right? But I mean, that is pretty good for one of my posts, maybe 60 to 80. For this one specifically, 203 people. And this was me and my kid the other day when he went to St. John's College. So it was really cute, but it says something that people really want to know you too. They want to know about real estate. You want to add value, right? With things, but really the way that we are gaining followers and what people want to see and what people like is the personal stuff. So it's been really hard for me to learn that, but I've learned it because I'm building a business here. I'm building a business. And if that's strategic, I can find a way. Now, I'll say this, everyone, guys, there's different levels of comfort on that. Austin, I see you on here. Austin's like super comfortable sharing stuff. Love it. Awesome. I'm not always comfortable, so I have to find a way. I don't share everything. I have like there's some things I don't share, and that's okay too. Like, I think you have to find that comfort level, but I'd really encourage you as you grow your social media business, you got to show up too with you. And one of the things that we do as a team individually, we'll do team photos, but we'll do individual lifestyle. We'll hire a lifestyle photographer and go to a model home and do photos. So then we have photos that we can sprinkle throughout, and it's content that is ready, and you can say different things after it. But a lot of times those are the ones that are getting the most engagement. Okay. All right. All right. So scheduling, let's talk about that, because everyone's busy, right? You're like, how am I going to do this? Like, oh my God, do you spend an hour a day? Do you spend 2 hours a day? Hell yeah, I do. I pull over in my car all the time. If I got 15 minutes, I'm posting. This, guys, is my one thing. Going back to Gary Keller's book, The One Thing. This is my one thing. This is lead generation for me. This is how I'm engaging with people, adding value. So heck yeah, I'm showing up a lot, and I spend a lot of time during the day doing this. So you can decide how much time you want to spend. Some people are more like, you can schedule it in, you can time block, and, you could schedule. There are people amazing at this, and I should do it someday. But you schedule on whatever day and you time block 3 hours, and you schedule it all. You can schedule on Facebook. You can also schedule on Instagram. I'll show you something in a sec on that. But bottom line, yes, of course it takes time. Of course it takes time. And I'll tell you this, in the beginning of when I was doing real estate and I did not want to do social media, I just said, I'm going to hire someone. I'll hire someone to do it. She happened to be on the East Coast, which obviously, but she was from Minnesota. So I thought it would work, and it didn't work. Like, all of a sudden I had followers from Poland and all over. I'm like, I need to show up. I need my people right here, people that I can add value right here. So I will tell you that this did not grow for me until I took it over and I was authentic and I showed up every day. So I really encourage you guys to do that. But some of you guys on here that I'm talking to, you guys have been doing real estate for a while and you're already rock stars and you're freaking busy, right? So you can hire someone, but I would just encourage you, if you hire somebody, I'm going to show you an app in a sec. It still has to be you. You can still do a lot of this stuff. You can do photos, you can write your content, you can still do, like, for all my pictures. Okay, this isn't true anymore. I have in my Instagram now, I have people write captions because I've gotten so bored talking about the same thing. But anyways, but I would just encourage you guys, really, you got to be authentic. It has to come from you. If it sounds like someone else, if it's just not you, it's harder to build up. So I'd really encourage you on that. So, okay, I'm going to show you guys an app. So you could hire someone. There's tons of people that you can hire, and oh my gosh, that's a whole new category. They're charging $1,000, $2,000 a month. I'm like, oh my gosh, what a business category. But okay, so you can do that, or there's different apps as well. And so I'm going to show you this one. It's called Later, guys. Later. I have to like this one. Later. Okay. This isn't the one that you have to use, obviously, but this is the one I use, and I really like this. So this is what my Later looks like right now. And you can just see that this hasn't even been scheduled yet, but there's a lot of content on here that I've already planned. So this is planned content that I can move around. So I can go in here and I do it every day. So some of this has already been posted, but I'm going to show you guys. So like I can take, okay, this app just changed the other day and it updated, and I hate when it does that. So I have to push rearrange at the top. So now that I pushed rearrange, I can literally take an image and move it around. I can take things and move it around, and then you save it up here. I can't read backwards right now, but you can save it. So here's the brilliant thing about this is go back to time blocking, right? So take 2-3 hours a week and put in all your images, put in your homes, put in your content, maybe do some video. We'll talk about that in a sec. Holy cow, I've been talking for a long time. But this is a way, instead of like every day remembering every morning and then every night, you can schedule these. And there's 2 ways to do it. You can actually schedule them and have them just go in the morning at 8:23. One could show up. I mean, there's other apps that do that too, but this app will do that. I'm more of a control freak about my social media. And even though I know people say not to worry about your grid, do you guys know what the grid is, right? So if I click on my Instagram right now, this is what my grid looks like. I showed you guys this before. So there's a picture of me. There's a picture of me. Like you see different pictures of me. You see some quotes. I care how my whole grid looks. There's definitely a school of thought that says, do not worry about how your grid looks. I can't help it. I was a wedding photographer. I did custom luxury albums. Like it's part of like how I see things and how I like things. So that matters to me. So my point is with this Later app, I push things through. So you can push things through yourself and say post, or you can have it automatically post. But bottom line, there are apps out there that you can use to time block and schedule this stuff so you don't have to do it every day. So back to my point of, if you are going to use this as a medium to grow your business, you need to show up every day. You need to show up with authentic content, and that's a way to do it. Okay. All right. Okay, so take a second to talk about, because obviously we know social media, it's here and it's awesome and all the things, right? But it truly is, it's just truly a medium that is very, very powerful. And it's funny because yes, I've grown it as that people know me, they know I'm selling in a certain area, and hopefully they talk to me when they want to buy or sell a home, right? But also I just realized the other day how powerful this was, because this home, so you guys know, if you're active and busy realtors, that a couple months ago, the MLS went down for like 5 or 6 days. That was insane. That's never happened in the 5 or 6 years that I've been doing this. And like literally we couldn't post any new homes. Like that was crazy. This home, the only way that I could promote it was on social media. And we've never been able to do that because obviously there's rules with the MLS that you must, if you are selling a home, it must be on the MLS. There's never been a way, because they were down, that I've been able to test my social media like this. This home, which is in Annandale, this isn't even my area, but it's 50 minutes from Plymouth and it's on the water. I put this on my social. This sold in multiple offers right away, and 55 grand over full cash, I believe. This showed me how powerful social media can be, and also how powerful this can be as a tool for the people that I'm talking to for selling their home. Yes, I have the MLS. Yes, I'm going to promote you, and pre-promote you 21 days prior. Yes, I'm going to, put you on my social media. And PSO, by the way, I actually have so many people now following, because they're, they might not even be my clients. They're just looking for coming soons. But this one truly sold just off social media alone. So yes, is it a powerful medium to promote yourself and, all the things, and you as a realtor, 100%. But this also, for me now, with what I've done, and I just reached 5,000 followers. So that's awesome for me. Some of you, don't let that be like, if you only have, 1,000 or less than that, you got to build up. Don't worry about that. There's so many people that have way more than me, way, way, way more than me. And you know what? With what I have in the business I'm doing, like I'm trying to grow that, but it's pretty good. But my point is that now when I meet with listings, I have so much conviction that I know that my social media can help sell homes. I know people are looking on my social media for coming soon homes or for sale, and that this is a huge now new part of my marketing strategy, even more so for my listings. So anyways, and I think I'll just go back to the one thing. You don't need, it can be overwhelming in the beginning because you watch and you're just like, oh my God, someone has so many followers. They have so much content. It can be overwhelming. You don't need all the followers. Don't get sucked into watching, oh, I have this many and now I got that many, or it went up and down. Just like do your thing, show up, be authentic, add value, and it'll grow. It'll grow. Okay. Okay, so this is like my last big thing. Are you guys still with me? I'll talk for a little bit more on my one kind of last thing, and then I'll open it up for some questions, okay? So I'm gonna talk about video. And by the way, on all of these, I'm kind of skimming and I'm touching like, you know, just some things about these broader categories, but we're going to be doing more video training and deeper dives on this content. So I'll talk about that in a sec, but I'm going to take a second and talk about video because it's mistakenly how I grew my business. I mean, this is not comfortable for people think like it's comfortable for me to do video. It's not. You should see, if you look at how many times sometimes I have to edit a video. Now I've gotten better because I've been doing it for years and I don't have time to do like literally 80 takes. I don't have time to do 80 takes anymore. So I have to nail it and be done. Otherwise I just don't post it. But I just want to tell you guys the nicest thing, like right now I'm live, and if I screw up, I screw up, right? But on video, you can edit the heck out of it. Like you just keep doing your video, right? Like you just got to get more comfortable and do video. And I'm talking about video because most of y'all don't do it. And most people won't do it, but it's, gosh, I mean, again, it's a free medium that you can put out there to let people authentically get to know you. And although that can be really scary because not everyone's going to like you, it's actually perfect. To me, it's brilliant because if people see me, they either like me or they don't like me. Great. Then we either meet for your listing appointment or we don't. But that's actually okay, because then people know that we want to work with people who like and trust us, right? Like somebody who's like super numbers orientated, that's all they want to know about, they're probably not going to follow me. They might not even hire me. Okay. I can be numbers orientated if I need to though, right? Okay. So, but I'm just saying with video, super important medium for people to get to know you. And let's talk about topics. So there was one thing I said about I take notes. So that's also what I take notes of video topics. Every day I'm doing something where I'm like, that could be a good video topic. Okay. Taya just told me the other day, Taya, what was it? I mean, we just get in so many situations where
it was about
sewers?
crappy
Oh
lenders.
God, she's been talking a lot about sewers lately.
It was about crappy lenders.
Anyways, there's topics every day that you can add value and talk about. So I'll just, like, an easy example for me to talk about is staging. So we give all of our clients 2 hours with their stager, but there's things that, hey, you don't need to get full staging, but there's a couple things that I tell you that really, and this is a video topic. This is something that I would just do a video on and talk about and say, hey, these are the 3 things that I'd recommend, you know, and okay, so get white puffy towels, and PSO, by the way, you can take them to your next home and reuse them. Get some greenery, even if it's faux greenery. A lot of homes, it just really brightens photos and make things look good. And then get a new front door mat, like first impressions right there in the beginning, really matter. Like, okay, anyways, that's a little spiel. But that is a video topic. And, you know, here's the deal, guys. I can't even believe some of these really educated, awesome clients don't get some really freaking basic things. And this is the stuff that is going to make them tens of $1,000s in this market over. So this is important content. So my point of video, back to my point, is that start a notes section and start, you know, what your video is or what your video topics are. Because for me, sometimes I just nail them out. So I might change my outfit a couple times, do a few videos, and then I have an archive of videos that I can use. So that's what I would encourage you guys to do. So again, so it can be intimidating showing up on video. I am in light right now. I'm going to show you guys this. I'm going to tell you, here are my tips and tricks for video. Okay. Because it is like, if you don't like how you look, sometimes you're just like, oh, there's no way I'm going to post that. Okay. You just got to kind of at least like it, even though it's, whatever. Okay. So lighting, it's all freaking about lighting. So I see sometimes people do it absolutely the wrong way. This is where my window is. My window is right there and I have windows here. This is where all my light is. Okay. So if it's not, okay, watch me age right now, like 10 years. So if we do it this way, obviously it just doesn't even, right? But this isn't good. Okay. Backlit, not good. Okay. So your light, look at yourself, test yourself. Like this is way so much better. Okay. Don't look at my messy home. Okay. So lighting is so important. And I've had like a different brokerage I was at, they were all about, they put the window in the back, which don't put the window in the back. And they always had cars driving by because they thought that would be like more interesting or something. I'm like, no, that just, you don't look good. Like people can't even see you, right? So anyways, lighting is freaking important and it's pretty easy. Watch where your windows are, put yourself in a location where you look decent, right? Okay. So, okay. People ask me all the time, oh my gosh, what do I need for video? You need an awesome phone. Get an iPhone. Mine is so dirty right now. I need a new one. But this iPhone, these are $1,000 or whatever they are. They're super expensive and they're absolutely worth it. This to me, these 3 cameras makes it wide angle. That is like, when I'm taking photos or video and I can be, instead of being at the driveway and all the way far back, I can be up front and I'm not getting the garbage can or whatever. This phone is gold. I've had all the things, you guys, I've had all the tricks. Oh, in fact, you see stuff on Instagram and you're like, oh, that looks fun. I'll buy that. So I did buy this and it's something that's supposed to like follow you around. I thought, oh, that's it. But look, I haven't even got it out of the box. So I've bought all the gadgets, all the accessories. You don't need them all. I have selfie sticks all over, but I can never find one. So here's the thing. I just do this and I just do it on video. And that's what I do. Get it done and do it. Okay, I'm going to talk about apps. So once you have them, you do a bunch of different videos, you find your video, and then you can use different apps. So I want to give you guys good apps that you can use on video to either, okay, so there's 2 I use. Okay, so see that first one, InShot, that's red. InShot and red I'm going to talk about, and then I'm going to talk about clear video. So first of all, that InShot, I use this one because you upload your video in this and then you can trim it. You can trim the front and the back, and you can also add music and text. So I don't use this all the time, but every once in a while you're like, push and play and you don't want to push play or you're, signing off at the end or whatever. You can delete that. So, and you need it to be quick. It's got to be quick. Otherwise you're busy and you're not going to do it anyway. So InShot is one I like. And then the other one I absolutely love and use this all the time is clear video. Okay. I'm 46. Sometimes I get conscious about how I look and my fine lines and wrinkles. And so anyways, I love this because it smooths out skin and makes you look a little bit better. I'm sure sometimes when people see me, they're like, oh, that's what she looks like in person. But anyways, it makes me just feel a little bit better about my videos. And so clear video is one that I use too. So those are the 2 things. Obviously you can just post it from what you have, but there's just apps that are super quick, drag it in there and done. You can also get out, on that one InShot, I'll take away, like sometimes I want to talk on my videos, but sometimes I don't. So I'll mute what I say and I'll put music over it. So there's things that you can do like that. Okay. And then here's the other biggest thing. So I'm giving you video tips. Lighting, equipment, this is all you need. And this is my last one, is people want authentic. They want you to show up as you. If you F up, it's actually all right. We do professional video for some of our homes too. And although we like to use that to promote, those are not the ones that get viewed as much as just authentically showing up. and being you. And I had someone coach me in the beginning with video. And I feel like that was like one of the biggest takeaways for me, is that even if you screw up your words, just keep going. Like, I don't always do that. Sometimes I'll re-record, obviously, you know what I mean? But I just want to encourage you guys, like, people really like authentic. That's what's being seen. Obviously, you guys can see, you know, what people are responding to besides us as realtors in different industries. But I would just say be authentic and show up. And if you screw up, it's human. It's actually okay. People want to work with people who are real, right? So, okay, there you go. So, my last thing on that is it gets easier. So if you want to embrace video, most of you guys won't do it. Most of you guys won't do it. The younger people on my team, you guys just like freaking get up and go and do it. I love it. I'd really encourage you. It's one thing that can really be a difference maker and help people get to know you. So, okay. And also the last thing I will say too on this is, and this is a topic for later. I'm going to be doing more of these trainings and stuff, but this is a topic for later. You are the brand. You are who people hire, not your brokerage. I know some of you are going to argue with me. Plenty of people would argue with me on that, but that is truly what I believe. I've actually changed brokerages, and I had one person, this has been 6 or 8 months now, I don't even know how long. I've had one person ask about a brokerage. One. And I would just say that you are your brand, who you build up, how you show up on social media. It's you are the brand. And that's why it's so important of how you do social and how you show up and how you're authentic and how you add value. All the things. Okay. So that's really a wrap for a lot of that. In closing, choose your forms of social media, choose the ones that you want to focus on, and don't get overwhelmed by the rest. Don't even worry about them. Show up on what you feel comfortable and about where your audience is, and show up every day. Show up. Okay. Add value and get over yourself. Just do it. Be you. And even though it's uncomfortable, do it anyway. Okay. So I'm going to open this up in a sec. Don't unmute yourselves yet. But in a sec, what I want to tell you guys is I'm going to be doing more of these trainings. So this has been really hard for me to say, but a week or so ago, I decided I am not working with buyers anymore. I have a team of, there's going to be 9, actually there's going to be 10 of us soon. I have Rockstar buyers agents. So I am now not working with any buyers right now. I am all listings, and I am diving into training. So if you guys don't already follow Tina Caul, Tina Caul, she is my mentor, and she's just really inspired me too with training. So I love this idea of training, and I'll be showing up more and doing more and more topics on this and deeper dives. So I'll tell you about our next one in a sec. So our next one is going to be 2 weeks from now on September 2nd at 1:00. So I will post about this. Taya, I see you on there. Taya is a part of the team. We are, okay, so I just went over a bunch of topics today. The next one is going to be on Instagram. I didn't start using Instagram until Taya was around. I'm like, what? I even had her post for me in the beginning. She was like, oh my God, you're such a grandma. But anyways, this girl is already at 20 million for the year. Had to change her goals because she's already crushed it. Already at $20 million for the year, and gets leads weekly on Instagram. Buyer leads, whatever lead, even listing leads now actually. Absolutely a rock star, and so very good and real. So Taya Belic, TheaBelic, if you want to follow her. But her and I will be tag teaming that next. So Thursday, and this is Central Time. I know I have people from all over kind of listening, but so that's Central Time. So we're going to do that. I also have some other people popping on. We're going to be doing different content too. So stay tuned. And here's the thing that I want to tell you too. I have some of our EXP expansion partners on here. Thank you for showing up. We want to make sure we're adding additional value for you too. So you can just know that we are in the process of Freedom Builders Minnesota is going to be an Instagram and a Facebook where we're putting out even more content. So Austin and I are working together, and I know he's on here right now. We're working together on some different topics like QR codes and linked tree. Linktree, like different things that we can tell you like how to do that can add value to your social media. Because some of this, like even for me, if you guys are on here, you went on my Linktree and got this Zoom likely, right? So I was like, oh my God, how do you set up a Linktree and why do I even need one? Well, I mean, it's just super easy. So we'll walk you through. But anyways, for our EXP expansion partners too, I want you guys to know we're going to be doing deeper dives on topics for you and posting these. So for everyone else, we're going to be doing these trainings, you know, maybe like every other Thursday. I'll get this down. Every other Thursday we'll show up. We want to help. We want to add, you know, help you guys. So, and I'll be bringing in different partners to help me with that are truly, truly, truly experts at what they do. So I think that's it. So thanks for showing up. Social media 101. Super appreciate it. Peace, you guys. I am going to go ahead and stop recording this now.